What it do? Yo man, listen. Today I got a very different type of video from my usual content. This is a sort of bloopers compilation. Let's get right into it. Just to give some context, after I released my reacting to Nandi's Dirty Dozen video, I reached out to Nandi. I reached out to him before I even made the video to ask for his blessing, of course, as I mentioned in that video. However, after I released the video, I talked to Nandi. I was like, hey, can you come onto my channel and then I'll make a top 10 and then you cook me and it'll be great. And he was a really good sport about it. He came onto my channel. We recorded a whole thing and I was editing it and it just didn't really come together. I was gonna shelf the video. However, there are certain moments in there that I genuinely find funny and I just wanted to share with them. Before I do that, I want to emphasize that because of the cut nature of these clips, there's a lot of things being said out of context. While I think this makes them even funnier, it also makes it so they can be taken out of context because there is no context. So just keep that in mind. With that being said, I'll give it to Nandi.
Hello, friends. What it do? Yo, man, listen. Today we're going to be cooking Draupnir. Let's dive straight in.
Guys, did it get hot here? Am I burning? Am I?
I mean,
I am a shrimp after all.
I guess it's worth just talking about that point a little bit because I think a lot of new players get stuck in this trap where they think about legendary release events and legendary release characters as this, massive milestone, and they need to be building their rosters right from day one towards completing these events. And the reality is, you need to go pretty deep and have a pretty wide roster in order to unlock a legendary release character. And I always say to new players that legendary release events are mid to end game content. You shouldn't, at least, while you're focusing on campaigns, be thinking about characters for legendary release events.
Hello, Dudity, it's Draupnir! See, it works because there's a D. So as you know, I'm hosting you because I'm the biggest tactics content creator, as you know, 100 billion gazillion zillion subscribers. That being said, I will introduce the Draupnir's Giga Brain Baker's Dozen. People at home might be asking themselves, why is it called a Baker's Dozen? Why am I going to do arbitrarily 13 characters? Well, because, it's a Baker's Dozen because you're going to cook. It's the Ultramarines healer character, whose name I will not pronounce because I do not wish to get roasted in the comment section. I am already getting roasted enough. So do you think this is controversial? I do get that there's a lot of memes about the Ultramarines healer character, being good, being bad. So how do you feel about him? Do you think he's good? Do you think he's bad?
I mean, first of all, you've spelt the character's name wrong. So that's not a great start, Draupnir.
Exposed! Draupnir exposed! I've been told that Draupnir's falling off!
I don't know. I don't see Incisors particularly high on this list. If I'm being honest, I don't think the character's great, and I think the character needs a rework. Probably suffers from being one of the first characters that the game designers, added to the game, and now has been left in that sort of dust created by new characters and power creep and all that sort of stuff. I personally wouldn't be recommending Incisors to a beginner player to invest in
No.
at all.
I guess, it was bound to happen. I cooked Nandi a little bit for including Bravas, and now he's cooking me for including the character that I can't even spell the name correctly, so it is
No,
what
I
it
mean,
is.
listen. I mean, I'm not a font of knowledge. I'm just giving you my opinions. You and your viewers might very well disagree with me, but I just don't see Incisors as a top 12, top 13 character for new players to invest their resources in. And I don't want new players to come back to me in 6 months' time being like, man, that damn Nandi, he told me to invest in Incisors and I wasted weeks of my gameplay on him.
Oh, it's great, it's great. You're. I'll just jump on the bandwagon, do another video. Draupnir exposes Nandi for pushing the Ultramarines healer character. Exposed. Putting the Draupnir cooked counter to 2. We're getting there. At 5 counters, I get boiled.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're just walking into my pan, so to speak, Draupnir. I'm very very surprised to see Biovore here. The Biovore is a good unit, and I think that new players should appreciate the Biovore and should try and unlock them as the priority machine of war because spore mines are summons and they can vastly influence how enemy AI behaves. There's no doubt about it. The spore mines are great and they can turn the tide of battle. But they don't turn the tide of battle by doing damage. They turn the tide of battle by distracting the enemy and causing the enemy to attack them or go into awkward positions like on the low ground. And once you know that, once you appreciate that the Biovore's role is to just have its spore mines killed, then actually, why are we investing in it? It's just a waste of resources. And that's what we're trying to do here, isn't it? We're trying to give beginner players characters to invest in, characters to spend resources in. And the Biovore is great, but the Biovore is great with no investment. So don't waste your resources on the Biovore.
And we're back. So, I have a few closing thoughts for you. I understand this is not my usual type of video. As I've said, this was a sort of bloopers reel for that video I made with Nandi that is unfortunately not going to see the light of day. But I just didn't want it to go to waste. I do often shelf videos that I'm not 100% on. It is what it is. It's a part of, making videos and whatnot, where I sometimes make a video and I'm like, as I'm like editing it and I'm watching it back, I'm like, I don't know about this one. However, this one did have a lot of moments I liked. Everything I've included in this video, I personally thought they were either very funny or they were very informative, mostly by Nandi, right? Because they're like essentially two parts where he's just straight spitting facts. For those of you who are like curious and it's like a Draupnir, I must know what the video was about. It was like I just made like a tier list of new player friendly characters, and truth be told, it was like relatively tame. Where I will just say, "Hey guys, I think Bellator is a good character," and then Nandi will be like, "I agree with Draupnir." So I just took those parts out because I think they were like really boring. I do think the parts where like Nani was just cooking me, they were like some of the better parts. That's why, they're in the video and the other parts are not. So I do want to thank Nandi for being such a good sport about all of this. When I went to him being like, hey, can I react to your Dirty Dozen video? He was like, absolutely. When I went to him for like, hey, can you come to my channel? It would be possible for like us to do a collaboration video. He was like, absolutely. And then when I told him, it's like, hey, I'm really not sure about the video. I think I'm gonna shelf it. He was like, I completely understand. Like he was just very professional. I genuinely appreciate it. He has, he's always a joy to interact with and work with, as you can like tell. Like I've been told that Draupnir is the biggest Nandi Glazer. Like I'm not the biggest Nandi Glazer. He's just that nice of a guy, and I'm very appreciative of him. And if you are somehow subscribed to me but not him, I would urge you to subscribe to him. I think he makes great tactics content, and it's just. And I'm just not saying this to be like nice or like I don't feel it. I watch his videos. He's like one of like him and Fred and some other creators are like the only things I'm subscribed to. Like I don't like watching he makes good videos. I like watching them. I think you guys, if you don't watch his videos, you should watch his videos. He makes great content. I will put the link to his channel in the description, and I urge all of you to, check him out. With that being said, thank you very much for watching the video. I genuinely appreciate you doing so. My referral friend code is in the middle of the screen. If you enter it, you do get 100 Blackstone shards. However, pick who you choose carefully, as you can only enter one person's referral friend code. If you want to enter your friend or another creator such as Nandi, you should enter theirs if you like their videos more, or if you feel strongly towards them than me. I completely understand, you know, perfectly okay with it. you know, you simply giving me the time of day, it means so much to me. So when I say thank you very much for watching the video, I genuinely mean it. I really hope you have a great day and stay safe.